Hey friends, so in honor of the holiday that is coming up that will remain unnamed, Valentine's Day, I'm going to talk to you guys today about singleness. Now, the thing about me is I am a professional single person. Like in my case, I feel like at this point, like it's chronic singleness. Like the Lord has taught me definitely how to thrive in singleness. And I feel like a lot of times when we hear about singleness, it's like, wait on the Lord, he'll bring you a man, etc., etc. But I rarely hear people talking about, like chasing after God in singleness and like what that looks like and how it manifests itself. A verse that I love to read concerning this is 1 Corinthians 7:8-9, where Paul talks about like how it's good for people to like remain single. Because at first reading that, I'm like, why? Like marriage is a blessing, etc., etc. Like I want kids, blah blah blah. But if you think about it, like in singleness, like the Lord literally has like your undivided attention. Like I'm not gonna pretend like this hasn't been a struggle for me, because it definitely has been. I just graduated undergrad in June, and like that is when all Christians get married, is that summer. So like every time like I look on my Facebook, like someone else is engaged, and I'm like, Lord, it's not even that like I've never like been in like a serious relationship. I don't think I've ever found a person that I've liked. Like I've genuinely been like, oh my goodness, like I like would want to spend time with you like for a long period of time. That is such a problem. I feel like sadly, Christians at times fall into this whole thing where they kind of idolize the idea of like marriage or being in a serious relationship, or a surefire way to not get something from the Lord is to idolize it. What I've come to realize about myself is that every time I'm real thirsty, to be in a relationship, it's because I'm not in a good place with the Lord. I want to use that to supplement the relationship that I should be having with the Lord, when I know that like there's no way a man or a job or anything can kind of fill that place. One thing that I do that, shame on me, that I do it, is I don't date people, but I will entertain people. If that makes any sense. So like I won't date a guy, but I will go on dates with him. And what makes it worse about me is that I never do it with Christian guys, because I know if I'm going on dates with a Christian guy, like it will probably actually lead to something. But like if I go on dates with a non-Christian guy, like we can just be hanging out. It really shows is my selfishness. That just because I'm bored, or I want someone to tell me how cute I look today, or I want a good morning text in the morning, that I'm willing to kind of string a guy on. And because what, like I want some free sushi, like. And it sounds ridiculous when I'm saying it out loud, is why I'm laughing. Recently, I may or may not have done this with a guy that I met at my gym. I hung out for like a month and a half, on and off. And then like he was starting to be like, so are we gonna move quicker? Like physically, I guess. I feel like these relationships are always a bad idea, because I feel like purity always gets mixed in there. And like obviously I was adamant, like, I'm not here for any of that. And he's looking like, what you mean? We've been hanging out for like a month. And I feel like if you're not in a relationship with a Christian guy, purity is a lot to ask for. It's like everything that I'm doing now, or anything that you're doing now in your singleness, will follow you into your marriage. There is heartbreak, and now you've got trust issues, or purity, and now you've got shame and all this other crap to untangle, like when you're married. I already know I'm a hot mess, so my goal is to go into marriage as like sane as I possibly can. So here are my tips and tricks for thriving in singleness. Number one is be gracefully single. I am so sick of seeing like some Christian women, men who like just cry about the fact they're single all the time. You do not have, this is not a disease. You know what I'm saying? Like worse things have happened. Promise. A hobby. Do something. But you don't need to tell everybody that you ain't got no man. Okay? And by the way you act, we're probably like, I see why she doesn't have a man, So just be gracefully single. Take it as a learning experience. Everybody doesn't look the same. So yes, all your friends may be married and you're not married. That's fine. The Lord didn't have that for you. Take what he has for you. My second tip and trick is don't wait to live. And I feel like I've seen this in myself too. Like, oh, when I get married, I'll start to do that. Oh, when I'm in a serious relationship, I'll start to do that. Oh, why? Like, what are you waiting for? My third tip and trick is constantly reevaluating yourself. because I do this too, and I know you guys do too. We all have a list. I want him to lead like Moses, with a heart like David, etc., etc., etc. And I'm looking like, well, you know, am I a Proverbs 31 woman? Am I reflecting all the things that I think I want in a man? So those are my short tips and tricks to thriving in singleness. Thanks for watching.